So, on reflecting on yesterday's game, something I really noticed was the energy level that the defense was bringing to the table for the longevity of the game. And it is one thing that I have noticed being a lot lower than previous seasons, even when we've struggled, right? It just seems like there's a lack of energy, a lack of focus, a lack of enthusiasm and motivation. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about the importance of sports psychology and maintaining a mental focus, because we often talk about the physicality of a football game and whether or not players are physical enough or are doing a good job in the physical game aspect of the game. But we don't often talk enough about the mental aspect of the game. We'll talk about it from a quarterback standpoint, but we don't necessarily talk about it from other positions, both offensively or defensively. But what I'm noticing a lot of is that, and a little bit of a story time. So in high school, I played softball. And in softball, there's a lot of cheering when you are on the bench. Something that you often do is cheer on your teammates, whether they're up to bat or they're out in the outfield, they're playing defense. You cheer them on. If there's an error, the goal for those around you is to lift you up and encourage you and motivate you and to help you shake it off. Now, something that as Seahawks fans that we like to do is criticize, and, in lots of cases, rightfully so. But how does that then impact the mental psyche of the players that are on our team, right? If they see the things that we're saying, and granted, I say a lot of things. You guys see me tweet about a lot of things, and I have a lot of feelings about certain players, but I'm starting to think about it from a motivational standpoint, because I got most inspirational on my softball team all 3 years. And one thing I never did was criticize my teammates when they made mistakes. I was always encouraging them. I was always saying, all right, let's focus on the next play. You can do better. You got this, technique, or making sure that you're encouraging those around you. And although I know that we're not the ones playing on the field, so that's not technical, like, how can we do that? We're not the team. The team needs to make sure that they're doing that. They need to communicate. And there was a couple comments, I believe, in the post-game interviews talking about how there was a miscommunications or, on the field. And that is like a foundational component to having a successful team, no matter what sport we're talking about. Having clear and effective communication, knowing your position, knowing where you need to be during certain plays. Situational communication is imperative for success. So I'm wondering what's happening, whether it's on the field amongst the defense or if it's coming from the coordinators or the coaches, where there's a miscommunication happening, and how that's actually then impacting the mental psyche of the players on the field. Are they starting to feel defeated? They've been on the field for so many minutes in a quarter. I believe, the third quarter, it was that the Seahawks had it on offense for like 2 or 3 minutes max. That's not okay. And so what do they need to do to have not just the physical strength, but the mental strength to get through this adversity? And are they talking about that? And I'm sure that they are. You hear those comments of, we can do better. We just got to stick together as a team. But individually, not just as a team, but individually, what is each player doing to hold themselves accountable and to talk about the mental mindset that they have? Are they staying focused for the entire game? It's just an interesting question. So, something to think about.